All right, let's go through these. Hair growth tier list. A lot of people are vitamin D deficient, and that's correlated with hair loss, but do not get your vitamin D from the sun. You're just going to burn your scalp and dry out your hair. This is going straight to F tier. I thought onion juice worked well. It's high in sulfur, good for blood flow, antioxidant. I used it forever. It didn't work. It's going to F tier. Do not rub onion juice on your head. Same for egg washes. People use it for hair masks, helps prevent some breakage. But as far as hair growth, it's not going to do anything to help penetrate your scalp. You're better off putting it into a pan and eating it for breakfast. F tier. Hairmaxxing, this is a branch off chain from minoxidil. It's supposed to help boost collagen, help with some hair anchoring. You can get it over the counter through the Kerastase topical serum in the UK, but not in the US. A lot of people seen some good results with it, but there's not a lot of studies to back it up. For right now, we're going to put it in C tier. The inverted method, some handstands help with some blood flow. If blood flow was the solution to hair loss, we would have already figured it out. We would think blood flow would help with hair growth, but we have plenty of medications that boost blood flow that don't help regrow hair. So the inverted method, sorry guys, it's going to F tier. Stamoxidine, this is an interesting one. So this actually speeds up the last part of the hair cycle, which can kick into the growth phase a little bit quicker. So it just speeds up the hair process, speeds up the shedding process, and gets you in that growth phase a little bit faster. This one's going to go into B tier. Scalp massage, this is another one that people think it helps with blood flow, but like we said before, blood flow doesn't really help with hair growth. There is one study on it supporting 4-minute scalp massages every day, but if you look in closely, it's all people without androgenic alopecia that aren't dealing with hair loss, and the only thing that changed is the thickness, not the hair count, not the growth. Now, this study wasn't really well done. All those people weren't even dealing with hair loss. And on the other side of their head where they weren't scalp massaging, the hair was thicker the entire time versus the other side where they were scalp massaging. More or less, this is just going to help with rubbing in medications into your scalp to help with some absorption of some topical products. And because of that, I'm going to put it into D tier. Reducing your stress, although it's not related to androgenic alopecia, it is good for telogen effluvium. So if you have something stressful going on in your life, you might experience some excessive hair fall 4 to 6 weeks later. So reducing your stress can stop some increased shedding. And for that reason, I'm going to put it in C tier. Having a good diet, I like this one as well. This is just going to help some inflammation issues, some temporary loss, some telogen effluvium loss, reduce some shedding, and it's going to give you the minerals, vitamins, the nutrients your hair needs to flourish. It's not going to stop yourself from going bald, as the underlying issue is DHT, but this is going to cover all your bases if you're having any vitamin deficiencies that's related to hair loss. And for that reason, I'm also going to put it in C tier. Rosemary oil, this is controversial. I hate putting rosemary oil on my head every day, but I did it for a long time and saw some hair growth from it. There is a study comparing it to minoxidil 2% and showed that it was very similar. So for hair growth itself, it's shown that it could work, but it's unrealistic to apply it to your head every day, and you kind of smell like a turkey. Although I love rosemary oil, it is going to also go to C tier. Topical caffeine, similar to rosemary oil, does show some studies similar to minoxidil, but for the application process and for the anecdotal research and for people that actually use it, you still aren't seeing as much growth as some other topical products that are stronger. And for that reason, I'm also putting it in C tier. Botanical oil, now you can apply it to your scalp. It might help your scalp stay in a healthy environment, might moisturize it. I don't know how many of you guys actually seen progress with botanical oil. I've been doing this forever and haven't seen anybody show a realistic before and after with botanical oil. It's a very thick oil. There's nothing in it that would support hair growth. Botanical oil is a myth. It does not help with hair growth, and that is going to F tier. Red light therapy, there's actually some research that supports that this does work for hair growth, but I haven't seen anybody that shows an insane before and after with only using red light. I've been using it for a while and haven't seen a difference with starting it for a long time and stopping it. With the research, it is limited, and a lot of these devices are very expensive. Overall, if you're trying to just get hair growth from red light, it can work, but how well? It's questionable. And for that, I'm putting it in C tier. Ketoconazole shampoo, I actually really like this one. It's antifungal, anti-inflammatory, helps block DHT in the scalp, which is the main cause for hair loss, but it's not going to grow hair back by itself. And for that reason, it's going to go into B tier. Now, microneedling your face can help repair some scars and some acne by boosting collagen, helping the skin repair itself after you create those microabrasions in the skin. But for hair growth, it's not going to help as much by itself. What you're going to want to do is combine this with some topical minoxidil or finasteride to help the penetration of that product. And that can really help those other products perform even better. So for that reason, I am going to put it in B tier only because it's a good adjunctive therapy to other topical products that work well. Okay, hair transplants are great. Obviously, the cosmetic look of a hair transplant is going to be amazing. You have to find the right doctor and you have to stop your hair loss first because there's not enough hairs in the donor area to cover your entire scalp. So it's very important if you get a hair transplant to stop your hair loss first. But because of the cosmetic benefit of a hair transplant, if you find the right doctor, I am am going to put this in S tier. Some would argue to put it in A tier, but because of the straight up finding the right doctor and implanting a hair from the back of your head to the top, you can literally just grow hair where they plant it in. But you need enough donor, you need a lot of space to cover, and there's not enough hairs to cover all that space. So stop your hair loss first. And if you do that, a hair transplant can be amazing. S tier. Hair vitamins. Okay, this is another one of those things where it just covers your bases if you have any vitamin deficiencies that are related to hair loss, but it's not solving the underlying issue of hair loss, and for that reason, it's going to go into C tier. All right, minoxidil 5%. This one is the best hair growth stimulant we have on the market. It's been the best hair growth stimulant, although it's been around for 70 years or so. It's still the best stimulant that we have to help regrow hair and stimulate the hair follicle itself and keep it in the androgen phase or the growth phase of the hair cycle. And for that reason, it's going to go into A tier. I would put it in S tier, but it's not solving the underlying issue of hair loss itself. Next is pyrolutamide. This is a topical anti-androgen. Now this binds to the receptor of your hair follicle, blocking DHT, so DHT can't bind to the hair itself and miniaturize it over time. But over time, it is shown to not be as powerful as some other DHT blockers or other topical anti-androgens, but it can be used alongside minoxidil. It can be used alongside these other things to help block some DHT without binding to the hair follicle. And for that reason, I am going to put it into B tier. Man, actually, I'm going to put pyrolutamide in A tier because it does help block some DHT, and you can combine it with topical minoxidil. If you are afraid of side effects, it's not going to go systemic, or supposedly it's not going to go systemic, and it's just going to attach onto some hair follicles and block some DHT. And I'm also going to put RU58841 next to pyrolutamide. Now, these two are topical anti-androgens that block the receptor of the hair follicle so DHT doesn't bind to it. This can be used in conjunction with minoxidil or with finasteride to clean up any other androgens that are attacking the hair follicle over time. But as a topical anti-androgen, you don't want it going systemic, and it has not been approved by the FDA. And if it does go systemic, it is not going to be good for you. So I would not recommend people using it, but it is very popular along the bodybuilding community, and it hasn't gone phase 3 trials for human consumption. And that's why I'm putting it in A tier, because I would not recommend using this for your own safety until we get more studies done on this product specifically. Okay, silk bonnets are not going to help with hair growth, but they're going to help prevent some breakage and keep some of these other topical products off your face, off your pillows, and away from your pets, especially if you're using minoxidil, which is a great hair growth stimulant. You're going to want to keep a silk bonnet on at night to make sure there's no contact poison and that all the animals that you have are safe. And for this reason, I actually like silk bonnets, but they're going to go D tier because they don't actually help with hair growth itself, but it could be something you can use in your hair routine to help keep everyone safe and keep your hair from breaking. PRP. Now, this is it's a hair growth stimulant to help keep the hairs in the hair growth cycle, although it is very expensive and there's a lot of variables. How fast are you spinning the blood? How much of the plasma are you getting injected? How frequently are you doing it? And the cost of it. So with PRP or PRF, there's a lot of variables, and some people have great results with it. Some people don't have a lot with it. It's still kind of up in the air, and there's not a lot of literature supporting exactly what we should be using for PRP to get the most out of our hair. And for that reason, I'm going to put it in C tier. Now, I tried PRP for 5 months. I did 5 injections, and I felt like my hair quality got a little bit better. I felt like it grew in a little bit quicker, but I didn't see like a jaw-dropping change or jaw-dropping difference in my hair growth. And PRP is expensive, it hurts, and you have to continuously do it to get results from it. And that's why I'm putting it in C tier. Finasteride is a great DHT blocker. It helps block the conversion from testosterone to dihydrotestosterone, the main cause for androgenetic alopecia, where DHT attaches to the hair follicle and miniaturizes it over time. So the less DHT we have, the better our hair is going to be. And that is why finasteride is going into S tier. It's well tolerated, has a lot of studies on it. It's been around for a long time, and it helps hair loss and is the best safety guard we have to blocking DHT outside of the next thing, which is dutasteride. Dutasteride is like the stronger cousin of finasteride, and that's why dutasteride is also going to go into S tier. Guys, no shampoo is clearly S tier because if you're using shampoo, there's so many harsh chemicals in shampoo. They're going to be on your scalp. They're going to fry your hair, and you're going to go bald. Horrible ingredients in their shampoos, and they want you to lose your hair, and that's why they're selling you these shampoos so you can lose your hair, and then they want to sell you hair growth shampoos so you can actually buy their shampoos to continue to lose hair, but really they're saying it's supposed to help grow your hair so you can keep buying their products and keep washing your hair with crappy ingredients when you're just going to end up going bald. So no shampoo is actually the meta for stopping your hair loss, guys. If you use shampoo, you're going to go bald, and that's what we do not want to do. So no shampoo is clearly an S tier move here. I can't do this. F tier. That's ridiculous. No shampoo. Wash your scalp. Okay. There's a lot of trickling down effects that can happen when you don't wash your scalp. Seborrheic dermatitis, clogging up your pores, inflammation, more breakage, fungus. There's so many issues that you can have from not washing your scalp. So wash your scalp. It's going to help keep your scalp in a good environment for your hair to flourish. And that is why no poo is poo. And that's why it's going into F tier.